today I wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough just to show you guys what is going on in my garden.
Okay, so here we are in my backyard. We are looking at the kitchen garden, and this first tier is where I have most of my beds. On the second tier here that I'm showing you with the pond area is where I'm going to have my ornamental plants and my native pollinator flowers, and also shade plants, because down here we get a lot of shade because of all of those beautiful redwoods and pines that we have growing on the perimeter of the backyard. Panning back to the kitchen garden area, I'm going to show you guys in detail what is growing here. So the first thing we see here are some tomatoes that are still ripening, and then we run into some strawberries here. So each of these strawberries are different varieties. Each of them are on different towers so that I can keep track of what I have. And then I have this empty garden bed here that I'm going to plan on putting a trellis on for tomatoes next summer. Here are my zinnias. Aren't they just gorgeous? Look at that deep, rich magenta color. And then there's some more zinnias there. Oh, I just love the color that they bring. And they're still going strong in late October. Here are my serrano peppers that I got. A few of them did manage to ripen, so I have to pick through those. There's some bell pepper, some more serranos, and then I have some dahlias, and that's a cattleya orchid. And then over here in this garden bed, I just planted some sugar snap peas. So those all sprouted, which is awesome. Cannot wait to bunch on those. And then in front of those, I have some early bush beans. Some people said that they won't do well right now, but we'll see. And then in front of that, I didn't show, but there are some carrots because they didn't sprout yet. And then across that bed, I have a bed of tomatoes that aren't doing great. They're really, really green and bushy, but the fruit didn't really ripen in time, so I still have to pull those out. And then in front of those, I have all of my brassicas. So here I have some broccoli, cabbage, more cabbage, and of course some cauliflower. And then in the middle of this bed, I started some bok choy from seed. Those are those tomatoes that I said weren't doing great. So I'll probably just get those out of there and hang them upside down to dry in the shed. There's my little bok choy sprouts. And then those little grass looking things are chives volunteers. And then here to the left of that bed, I have my lettuces, a little cute few sunflowers that I planted on each corner of the bed, just for some color during these fall days. And then in the front, I have my carrots. I might have planted a little too many, but we'll see how that goes. I love carrots. And then here I have these beautiful nasturtiums that are gorgeous, and they smell so good whenever you walk by. Here's some more of those sunflowers that I planted. So this was a mixed variety of sunflowers, so I wasn't sure what was going to pop up, but I am very happy with what did pop up. Here's my tango lettuce, my red leaf lettuce, and my kale. Oh, and of course my romaine lettuce. And then moving over here to the porch area, I just made this little ornamental herb garden. I put in some salvia, some lantana, some thyme, some more salvia there in the back, some lavender, more lantana, some marigolds that I started from seed. They are just loving this weather. I put a butterfly bush there, but I ended up moving it because it's going to get pretty tall, so I wanted to give it room to really flourish. And then I added in these stepping stones. And in the back there I have tucked away some oregano and rosemary. And then over here is just kind of like a little area for future planting, possibly. I don't know if I'm going to keep this open or if I'm going to actually put another garden bed here, but for now it's just housing all of my starts and my propagations. So here's some raspberries that I ended up planting the next day. Here's more raspberries. These are the golden varieties. So they are the best variety in my opinion. They're super sweet. And actually going down here to this next level is another garden bed that I have with pumpkin in it. They were started a little too late, so they're not going to ripen in time for Halloween or for Thanksgiving for that matter. But that's okay. The sunflowers in this bed did awesome, and they provided a lot of interest and color for this area of the garden. I love these sunflowers. They're the mammoth variety, so they do grow to be really large. And then going back up these steps, you can just see this angle of the garden coming out from the shed, which is where we started. And then of course I put this little sunflower here just to kind of give that birdhouse some character.